Swami Vivekananda is considered to be a major force in the revival of Hinduism in modern India. He is perhaps best known for his inspiring speech beginning with Sisters and Brothers of America, and through this he introduced Hinduism at the Parliament of the World's Religions at Chicago in 1893. Born into an aristocratic Bengali family of Calcutta, Swami Vivekananda was inclined towards spirituality. He was influenced by his Guru Ramakrishna, from whom he learned that all living beings were an embodiment of the divine self. Therefore, service to God could be rendered by service to humankind. And after Ramakrishna's death, Swami Vivekananda toured the Indian subcontinent extensively and acquired first-hand knowledge of the conditions prevailing in British India. He later also travelled to the United States, representing India at the Parliament of the World Religions in 1893. And of course, that is one of the most prominent and popular visits that Swami Vivekananda undertook. And that's, of course, written in history books and talked about today as well. Sumit Peer, political analyst, joins us on the show to talk more about this. Dr. Amit Rai Jain, author and historian, also with us on the program. Professor D.K. Giri, author, also joins us on the show. Sumit, I'll begin with you. Well, it's important to understand what Swami Vivekananda stood for. He was one of the very few people who understood Vasudev Kutumbakam at a very early age. That's exactly something that he also inherited from his guru. And he believed that serving humanity, regardless of religion, faith or creed or color, was his divine duty. Now, the Prime Minister is meditating in Kanyakumari, and that also sends out, a large ripple effect to the teachings as well as the learnings from Swami Vivekananda. But the fact of the matter is, how can this be made relevant today, and how is the Prime Minister making this, an instrumental part of the Hindu ideology, which a lot of people perhaps may have forgotten when they talk negatively of Sanatan Dharma as well. We are getting live shots also on our screens of the Prime Minister reaching the venue. Sumit Peer.
Vinny, thank you for having me on your show. In fact, the place, Vivekananda Rock, or on which Vivekananda Memorial is the last point of India, when it's Indian Ocean, Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea meet each other. So when there are three seas meeting each other, from a Sanatani point of view, this place becomes of very high relevance. This is the place where Ma Parvati has herself meditated. You can see the Pachinas of Ma Kanyakumari. And Vivekananda went there and specially meditated there because of the relevance of the place. What he wished is for the greater good of India. His point and idea of meditation was greater good of India, greater good of Sanatan Dharma, and that is where he went there. Because this place is divine and has a lot of spiritual value. It's not an ordinary place. So when Prime Minister Modi is exactly going to the same place where Ma Parvati and then Swami Vivekananda and now Modi ji will meditate, though it's open for all the three. There are three halls. There's a meditation hall, there's a Sabha hall, there's one more Jnana hall. All the three are open to anybody, but people especially go there for meditation hall. And where Prime Minister is going to meditate is, I think, half in the meditation hall and half in the Jnana hall, what I come to know. And if you look at the memorial, Vinny, that has two kinds of stones. The first story is more of a Tamil architecture, and the second story and the upper story is more of a Bengal architecture. You can see what is the difference there. So it's a very good amalgamation of Tamil culture and the Bengali culture put together. And another beauty of this place is when you go inside, it's hot, it's sun. But when you enter the hall, there's no need for any air conditioner. There is no need for even any fan. You can be very comfortable in that. That is how the structure is. So you are very, very close to the God Almighty. आप प्रभु के बहुत समीप आ जाते हैं. And meditating there can be only for the national good, because that is what the place has a relevance for. It is not your personal meditation. Your personal meditation can happen at home. Your personal meditation can happen at mandir. But if you are choosing that place where there three samundar milte hain, and it is the last end of India, it is for the good of India, it's for the good of people of the India, and it is overall for the good of the humanity. And that is exactly what Swami Vivekananda did, and that is exactly what Prime Minister Modi is going to do. And obviously, the people on the opposition, like Congress and all, they will have problems. They went to the Election Commission yesterday because they don't like anything which is Hindu. They don't like anything which is great. They don't like anything which talks greatness about the Sanatan Dharma and that talks of the relevance of things. They want to politicize everything. Though Mr. Rahul Gandhi was telling us 2 days back he has won 300 seats and Modi ji to Pradhan Mantri nahi banegi, main sign karke dunga. But if that is the position, why are they rattled by Prime Minister Modi going and meditating there? That is a question which they have to answer. But Vinny, thankfully, they have made this a national issue. Now people like you and me are talking, millions of people will be watching this. This is what Congress does. This is how Congress is beautiful at shooting itself in the foot. And normal meditation event could have come and gone by, but they made it a national issue. They proved again what the Prime Minister said. Inke manifesto mein Muslim League dikhta hai. So anything that is pro-Hindu, that is pro-Sanatan Dharma, which talks of the greatness of Hinduism, they will go and oppose it tooth and nail. They will find reasons, logics, and anything absurd to oppose it. But the moot point remains. This is a place where you meditate for the good of the people. It is nothing from Prime Minister Modi. It's not for the political gains. It's not for political goodwill. It is overall good of India. And obviously, Rahul Gandhi, possibly, I don't know, does he even know meditation or is he spiritually inclined or not? So you need very highly spiritually inclined human being who can go and meditate there. It's not anybody can go and meditate there. So when Prime Minister Modi is going to spend around 48 hours, what I come to know there.
And Sumit, let's also not forget that this is a Prime Minister who doesn't believe in taking holidays or leaves. This is a reprieve and a respite for him.
Vineet, when there's the election polling period, what do you expect him to do? He is going and praying for the national good. And beyond a point, cameras and all are not allowed. Once you enter, there are no cameras, nothing. And honestly, I don't want to make fun of it. Do you think Rahul Gandhi ji can be staying at a place for 48 hours? Forget meditating. Can he sit at a place for 48 hours, 12 hours, 8 hours, 4 ghante, 2 ghante? No, he cannot. So there's no point of Congress is crying foul. They basically have lost the election. They are now clutching to straws. They are now looking at anything and anything to demean Hindus. That is what their favorite pastime has been. But unfortunately, the mood of the nation is with the Prime Minister because whoever understands Sanatan Dharma knows it is the meditation there is for national good. It's for the good of humanity, not for the person. That's the main difference for me.
Let me also rope in Professor D.K. Giri into this. Professor Giri, Swami Vivekananda has a very prominent and a very important place in not only in Indian history, but also in world history. He has influenced, this entire school of thought, which till today seems to influence Hindus and, non-Hindus alike throughout the world. What do you make of the Prime Minister, revisiting, a place like the Vivekananda Memorial right before, the last phase of the Lok Sabha elections and just a few days before the elections are announced? What kind of a soft politics does this indicate, Prime Minister Modi to be leaning towards? And how is this also a reminder of the remnants of Sanatan Dharma?
I think it is good politics. Unlike my previous speaker, who said the opposition is politicizing it, but he did exactly that. Politics apart, I think this is good. If it is politics, it is good politics, because wherever Prime Minister goes, that place, a position is enhanced. He went to Lakshadweep and that became famous. And if he's going to meditate in this wonderful place, and which is very spiritualizing, that is good. And the whole country came to. They knew it, of course, they came to know about it. So Prime Minister extolled the virtues and the values which Swami Vivekananda upheld. So I think when he went there to meditate, he said he is going to do that. And he raised the consciousness of the entire country to the spiritual dimension of our life, and how, whichever religion, Swami Vivekananda popularized Hinduism, but as you said in your introductory remarks, that he was talking about humanism through Hinduism. And Hinduism is a cosmopolitan, pluralistic religion, and accepting, which it has tolerance as well as acceptance. So I think this is very good. And I would commend Prime Minister for doing that, because he's going to places which are of national and international importance. Swami Vivekananda is an icon for us, and his message to the world, as you said in the World Parliament of Religions, was really path-breaking. When he addressed everybody as brothers and sisters, the Westerners cannot call anybody else. They call their parents by their names, and for them to be called brothers by an Indian monk was absolutely wonderful and incredible for them. So Swami Vivekananda, through that speech, he popularized Hinduism, the essence of oneness in Hinduism, and that is what he did. And Prime Minister backing it up through his personal meditation, whatever he is meditating for his own peace or as a Prime Minister for the national good, for him to go in a publicized way to this wonderful place is good for the country. I would commend that. I think everybody should appreciate it.
Absolutely.
And whatever opposition makes the robbery, that is party politics. I won't get into it. I will not decry or undermine Rahul or anybody for that matter. I don't have an agenda, but it is a discussion with Swami Vivekananda, and I would commend the Prime Minister for doing what he has done.
All right, Dr. Jain, apart from the politics, as we've already established and spoken about, that this is also about the Prime Minister's approach to a situation which is at hand, but at the same time, Dr. Jain, this is also bringing a lot of attention to the right places at the right time.
देखिए विनीत जी, बहुत महत्वपूर्ण सवाल आपने किया है कि प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी, पहली बात तो यह है कि मैं बधाई देता हूं कि उन्होंने सही समय पर सही काम करने का रिकॉर्ड कायम कर दिया और वैश्विक स्तर पे उन्हें माना जाने लगा है कि उनका कोई भी कदम मल्टी डायमेंशनल होता है, यानी कि कई उद्देश्य उनके एक साथ पूरे होते हैं। इसके अंदर एक सॉफ्ट टारगेट है राजनीति का, तो वो भी उनका अचीव हो रहा है। दूसरी बात, भारत की जो राजनीतिक संरचना है उसके अंदर कहीं ना कहीं दर्शन, भारतीय संस्कृति, भारत की सभ्यता, भारत का इतिहास पूरे विश्व के सामने आता है। यानी कि प्रधानमंत्री जो कि एक देश को रिप्रेजेंट करता है, उसका कोई भी कदम अगर वैश्विक स्तर पे जाना पहचाने लगे, उसके ऊपर चर्चा होने लगे और वैश्विक स्तर पे जो उनके सामने जो विरोधी पक्ष है, खेमा है, चाहे वो हिंदुस्तान में है, चाहे भारत के बाहर के दूसरे ऐसे कंट्रीज हैं जो कि उनकी नीतियों से सहमत नहीं है, वो उस पर चर्चा करने लगे, तो मुझे लगता है कि उनका कदम काफी सराहनीय है। और जैसा कि सुमित ने अभी एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट बात कही कि वो एक ऐसा स्थान है जहां पर जाकर के मेडिटेशन करने से भारत की दार्शनिक परंपराओं का भी उल्लेख करना पड़ता है, लोगों को पता चलता है। और माँ पार्वती ने वहां मेडिटेशन किया, जिसका उल्लेख भारत के पुराणों में, प्राचीन लिटरेचर में। स्वामी विवेकानंद जो कि वैश्विक स्तर पे पहली बार ऐसा दौर था जब ब्रिटिश हुकूमत का दौर था 1893 के अंदर, बहुत मेहनत करके स्वामी विवेकानंद अमेरिका के अंदर शिकागो में पहुंचे। वहां जाने के बाद वो बड़े मुश्किल से वहां टिकट लेकर के रिप्रेजेंटेटिव वाली पंक्ति के अंदर बैठ करके उन्होंने अपनी बात कही, लेकिन वो जो बात थी, उसका जो अंदाज था, उसके अंदर जो गहराई थी, उसके पीछे उनका मेडिटेशन, उसके पीछे उनके दार्शनिक महत्व की चीजों को सामने रख पाना, उनका चेहरा, उनकी जो व्यवस्थाएं, जो उनकी प्रणाली थी, उसने पूरे विश्व भर को अपने ऊपर आकर्षित किया। और मुझे लगता है कि स्वामी विवेकानंद जैसा ही कहीं ना कहीं कोई रूप हमारे देश के प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी आज पूरे विश्व के सामने प्रस्तुत कर रहे हैं। और जब से वो प्रधानमंत्री बने हैं, लगातार 10 वर्षों से भारत की प्राचीन परंपराओं, प्रणालियों को वो अपने अलग अलग कदमों में, अलग अलग समय में और सही मौकों पर प्रस्तुत करते रहे हैं। उसी श्रृंखला के अंदर इस समय में, जिस समय देश अगला अपना भारत का नेतृत्व करने की ओर बढ़ रहा है और उनके कार्यकाल का, दूसरे कार्यकाल का 10वें वर्ष का ये अंतिम छोर है, उस समय पे प्रधानमंत्री विश्व को क्या संदेश दे रहे हैं कि मैं अब इतनी थकन और भाग दौड़ के बाद मेडिटेशन कर रहा हूं। मेडिटेशन की कैसी प्रक्रिया है जिसको कि भारत के सभी दर्शनों ने अपने यहाँ उल्लेखित किया है, चाहे वेदांत है, चाहे सनातन धर्म है, जैन धर्म है, बौद्ध धर्म है, सिख धर्म है, सभी के रिलीजियस अगर लिटरेचर को आप पढ़ते हैं तो पाते हैं कि जैन धर्म उसको कायसर्ग कह रहे हैं, प्राणायाम कहा जा रहा है, जिसके अंदर बौद्धों ने उसको अलग तरह से प्रस्तुत किया, लेकिन सभी का एकमात्र यानी कि जो आज का व्यक्ति है, हजारों वर्ष पहले भारत के प्राचीन दर्शनों ने रिलीजियस स्टडी में इन चीजों को विश्व के सामने संदेश के रूप में दिया, जो लगातार 2000 वर्षों के बाद अब स्वामी विवेकानंद, महात्मा गांधी जैसे महापुरुषों के बाद, स्वामी विवेकानंद के इस कार्य प्रणाली के बाद अब नरेंद्र मोदी जी पूरे विश्व के सामने रख रहे हैं। तो बड़ा स्वागत योग्य कदम है, ऐतिहासिक कदम है और इसकी सराहना करनी चाहिए, बिना किसी लाग लपेट के इसको स्वीकार करना चाहिए कि देश के मिजाज के मुताबिक देश को आगे ले जाने की चेष्टा में प्रधानमंत्री का जो कदम सराहनीय।
चलिए डॉक्टर जैन, आपके पास हम वापस आएंगे। इनफैक्ट वी गोना लिसन इनटू दैट स्पीच दैट स्वामी विवेकानंदा gave in 1893 in Chicago. In his original voice, he in fact introduced the world, the entire globe, to Indian heritage and Indian culture.
I am proud to belong to a religion which has taught the world both tolerance and universal acceptance. We believe not only in universal toleration, but we accept all religions as true. I am proud to belong to a nation which has sheltered the persecuted and the refugees of all religions and all nations of the earth. I am proud to tell you that we have gathered in our bosom the purest remnant of the Israelites who came to southern India and took refuge with us in the very year in which their holy temple was shattered to pieces by Roman tyranny. I am proud to belong to the religion which has sheltered and is still fostering the remnant of the grand Zoroastrian nation. I will quote to you, brethren, a few lines from a hymn which I remember to have repeated from my earliest boyhood, which is every day repeated by millions of human beings. As the different streams, having their sources in different places, all mingle their water in the sea, so, O Lord, the different paths which men take through different tendencies, various though they appear, crooked or straight, all lead to Thee.
All right, that was Swami Vivekananda's original voice. He in fact introduced the reason why our culture, our heritage, and what he referred to as our Sanskriti was one of its kind, because it included everyone, Sumit Peer. It gave shelter to the persecuted, which India continues to do so today as well. And a lot of people forget that, Sumit, that India had its own character, it had its own demeanor, it had its own highs and lows and values, even before the Mughals came or the Britishers came.
I think Indian civilization, Sanatan Dharma, is the oldest earth religion. Other two Abrahamic faiths are broadly referred as man religion because they can be traced back to a human, whereas our religion is an earth religion, typically speaking, Vinny. And the earth religions are as old as the earth. Now, as per the records what we have, now as we have evidence as on date, our Hindu Dharma or Hindu religion is more than 1 lakh years old. Baki do to panth hai. The panths, typically, if you call them Hindi. Now, the difference here is that Islam and Christianity traced their origin back to 1400 years. We are 1 lakh years old. So when it came to giving people refuge, Zoroastrians, Jews, even the people from the Holy Prophet's family, they were given refuge here. All kinds and types of people were given refuge here, and they were given a part to live and to, grow themselves, grow their religion also. This country did not convert anybody. This country did not force convergence. This country and our Dharma did not enforce, my religion on yours. If you have to come here, you have to survive. But if I look at, for example, look at Iran. What happened to the great Zoroastrian culture? 32 years, all gone. It's all Islam today. Iranians were Zoroastrians. They were not Muslim. What happened to Egypt? 22 years, gone. Lebanon, aapke hamare samne, 40 years, gone. That is the difference what world should learn from us. Even the Holy Prophet's family was given refuge here, but nobody converted them. Zoroastrian, Jews, Parsis, everybody came here. We did not convert anybody here. That is the greatness of Hindu Dharma. Because Hindu Dharma is an earth religion. When you survive from 1 lakh years, you are not scared about somebody coming and taking my place, somebody coming and taking. We have seen all highs and lows. We have seen the highest of the tempest and we have seen the lowest of the tide. So we are no longer scared of anything or anybody. So anything that survives the test of time, there is nothing more adamant to the truth that if you survive the test of time. 1 lakh years is a big thing. Even if you look at 1400 years, the people are literally at a war and loggerheads with each other. We have survived for more than 1 lakh years. So that is why does Hindu Dharma have this power? Because you have to understand the spirituality behind the Dharma. You have to understand the theory of Dharma Karma. Then there are, puja paddhatis or the ways of worship, which is Satvik, Vaishnavik, Tantric. And in the Tantra, if you get, there are various forms of Tantra and all. So I'm not getting into that here. The idea here is that when you are a devout Hindu, you have options to worship. You have so many deities to choose from. And you basically, through your spirituality and basically through your karma, you get aligned to that deity. So what is the meditation? Meditation is dhyana. Meditation is not the proper word, dhyana. Dhyan is when you get your mind and heart inclined to the God or the deity whom you worship. And then when we talk of dhyana, we have the concept of kundalini. Then kundalini awakening, and there are other then we have chakras which awaken and all that. So the world has taken all this knowledge and tried to put meditation. What Vivekananda ji was the dhyana, and he was a Jagrat Siddha Purush. Siddha Purushas was what? The Siddhis. So when Siddha Purushas who have the Kundalini Jagrat do their dhyana, they are able to create wonders because that is an energy which is so untapped and so big. So, and in my knowledge, I believe Prime Minister Modi is somewhere there near. I will not compare him with Vivekananda spiritually, but say somewhere on the same path. So when these people go there, the kind of meditation they are going to do and the kind of result you're going to expect is phenomenally different. And that is what is the greatness of Hindu Dharma. You, from your karma, from your power, from your spirituality, can pray for healing of the world. We have not done crusades. We have not done renaissance. We don't do jihad. We don't go and capture people's land. We have not done zinzia, by the way. We have not converted people. We have not slaughtered people. We do not have those pyramids of cut heads here. We had none of those. But we believe in Vasudevam Kutumbakam, and whoever came here, even as on date Vineet, even after thousands of years, they are practicing their own religion. Nobody is persecuting them. Nobody is after them. But if you look at Pakistan, look at Bangladesh, look at Afghanistan, what happened to Hindus, what happened to Sikhs, what is happening to minorities all over. This is the greatness of Bharat. The world has to know. And when Prime Minister Modi goes there, there's one more importance. Look, when you talk of Tamil Nadu, it's the epitome of Shivism. Two places, Kashmir and Tamil Nadu. Kashmir is more for Bhairava worship and Tamil Nadu is for Shivism. So Kashmir Shivism and Bengal is the place where Adi Shakti or the Shaks were known from the whole world. So when you have Vivekananda going there, so what you are doing, you're getting Kashmir, Tamil Nadu, Kanyakumari, and Shaktism is also in the northeast quite popular. So Shiv and Shakti ka jahan samavesha, where they get together, that is Kanyakumari. So Kanyakumari is no ordinary place, sir. People don't understand the relevance of Kanyakumari. When you read it from a historical perspective and more from a spiritual perspective, it's mind-boggling. I mean, it will really blow off somebody's brains what Kanyakumari is about. So when Prime Minister chooses Kanyakumari, it's not out of fluke. He knows what is the relevance of the place and he knows where he has to go. We need to be honest with you. We have enemies all around. Daएं bhi hai, baएं bhi hai. And there's a world who's coming after us. So in that case, whatever the Honorable Prime Minister is doing is for national good. I again want to reiterate, from a spiritual point of view, Kanyakumari, you go and do the meditation not for yourself, you are doing for the people as such. So this is not what Prime Minister is going to do for himself. He's going to do for you and me, and including Mr. Rahul Gandhi, which possibly he doesn't understand. Vineet.
All right, we've almost run out of time. Dr. Jain, concluding thoughts from you and Professor Giri, and then we wrap up. Dr. Jain, आपके पास हम आएंगे. कोई जाते जाते कोई टिप्पणी इस महान पुरुष पर और साथ ही साथ जिस तरीके की लेगेसी आज भी और आज के भी प्रधानमंत्री को इनको प्रेरित कर रही है?
देखिए, मेरा कहना ये है कि भारतीय दर्शन और भारत का जो समाज है वो विश्व बंधुत्व की भावना से उत्पन्न है. उसका आधार बिंदु पूरे विश्व की मंगल शुभकामनाओं से प्रेरित है. और भारत के प्रधानमंत्री अगर आज एक संदेश पूरे विश्व को दे रहे हैं कि विश्व बंधुत्व की भावना और पूरे विश्व के अंदर सब सुखी हो, इस भावना से, इस कामना से वो आज मेडिटेशन, ध्यान कन्याकुमारी की पवित्र भूमि पर कर रहे हैं, तो ये एक उनका संदेश है. इसको हमें अच्छे से स्वीकार करना चाहिए. धन्यवाद.
All right, Professor Giri.
Thank you, Vineet. Thank you for really doing this program. Valuable tip to all of us. And I heard that brief speech of Swamiji very carefully, where he is saying that Hinduism is inclusive and universal. I think that is the message we should carry. And Prime Minister's step is very good. As I said, it has heightened the knowledge of countrymen and women of Swamiji and the importance of the place. But we should remember that I thought there was a bit of confusion between Sanatan Dharma and Hinduism, but it is not. Sanatan includes everybody. In fact, Arif Muhammad Khan also is a Sanatani. He himself says that. So we should remember that Hinduism is really inclusive. And Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, we don't exclude anybody. We don't have a holier than thou attitude. And Swami Vivekananda said that I'm proud to be right, coming from a country. Yeah, and he said all religions we accept, all religions of the world. So there is no running down of any religion, really. We respect everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for joining this important discussion.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.